traders, FXPIPCOLLECTOR here. Today is Wednesday, July 5th. Welcome to today's live stream. Thanks for coming. Happy 4th of July if anybody out there is from the US, so happy 4th of July. So definitely like and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. It makes a big difference to push my channel out to new people on YouTube. So let's get started right away. Let's look at the DXY and the US dollar index. Do our full top-down analysis from all the way down to the 1 hour. Then we're going to use that information we learned by analyzing the dollar index. We're going to apply it to all the other US dollar pairs, including gold. And then we'll probably go look at the yen pairs, look at a few commodities, probably Bitcoin, and most likely the stock market. So let's get started right away. Been about 4 days off for me, so let's get going. So anyways, the DXY, very clear. I still think that this is very clearly a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A, B, C down for the B, and an uptrend for the C. Nice big impulsive move down. Did break structure, but definitely didn't close below structure. I still think there's a very good likelihood this move up is a correction to this move down, and that it will end up continuing the downtrend. So let's take a look at that on the weekly time frame and switch back to the dollar index for now. On the dollar index is where I think that this move down right here is most likely a wave 1, but could be a wave A. I still think this is an ABC correction, most likely a wave 2, but possibly a wave B. Definitely respected the 38% Fibonacci level, as you can see. Nice impulsive down. I think this move up is a correction to that move down, and I think it is going to go down. Whether it's a wave C, which is possible, or whether it's a wave 3, which I think is more likely, is what we're going to have to just wait and learn as it plays out. So let's take it right down to the daily time frame. Daily time frame is where I still think this move up back here is an A. I still think this first section down is an A or B. 3 waves up for the B or B, downtrend for the C or B. And then we got an uptrend right here, which I still believe is a wave C. Impulsive down, break of structure. I think this move down is a trend. I think this move up is a correction to that trend. We're kind of right in between two fib levels, so I really wouldn't consider that this respected any fib levels. But we do have to realize that Fibonacci is just a tool in our toolbox. It's definitely not, it's definitely not the whole strategy. It's just one piece of the strategy. So nice impulsive move down. I think there's a chance that we already had the end of a wave 2 and that we're already going down for a wave 3 of C or a wave 3 of wave 3. Either way, whether it's a 3 of 3 or a 3 of C, it should go down and take out these lows and make a nice looking downtrend. So let's take it down to the 4-hour time frame and switch back to the DXY, because for once I do think the DXY actually is clearer. So hold on a second, let me fix this because I don't want to see this on the 4-hour. So there we go. So on the 4-hour time frame, it looks very clear to me that this is like an impulsive trend. This looks to me like 3 waves up. Definitely respected the 50% Fibonacci, is making an impulsive move down right now. I think there's a good chance we have the end of a correction and that we're now already back into a downtrend. We have a very clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all part of a wave 1, I believe. Impulsive up A, corrective down B, impulsive up C, A, B, C of 2. Then this first move down is probably a 1 and a 2 of 3, and now we're probably in that wave 3. Probably a wave 3 of 3, really. So let's keep going down to the 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, definitely looking pretty impulsive down. We have a break of structure. Looks like the end of a 3-way pattern. This looks like some sort of an uptrend for the A, 3 ways down for the B, uptrend for the C, impulsive down, break of structure. Definitely looking like it is the end of a correction, and if it is the end of a correction, then we are now back into a downtrend. And if that's true, then it will make lower lows, lower highs, and just keep on trending down. Definitely doesn't mean that there will not be some pullbacks along the way, but pullbacks are actually very good for us, because at the end of these pullbacks is where we're going to be looking for continuation, ends of correction trades for the continuation of this downtrend. So if the US dollar DXY is really ending a correction and really is going down, which it does look like it is, then that means that we had to apply all that information to all these other dollar pairs, including gold and probably silver, really. So let's take it to the euro dollar. Let's take the euro dollar up to the daily time frame and start working our way down. So on the euro dollar, I still think it's very clear that we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up right there, probably a 1 of 3. A, B, C down to the 38% Fibonacci, probably a wave 2 of wave 3. And it looks to me like on the sort of time frames that it's going to end the crescent and go up for a wave 3 of wave 3. So let's take it down to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame is now where you can kind of break this down a little bit better. This is that nice looking uptrend I was talking about. That is a very, very nice looking uptrend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Impulsive down, breakup structure. Wave A, corrective up. Wave B, impulsive downtrend. Wave C, impulsive up. It looks like the end of a crescent. Over the holiday, we definitely had a corrective dollar. I think this whole thing over the last few days has been just one crescent. Went right down to the 61.8. By the looks of it, it looks like it's trying to end the crescent and continue the uptrend. Now, we do have meeting minutes today, a little bit later on at about 7 p.m. UK time or 2 p.m. New York time. We have meeting minutes. That's definitely a pretty big news event for the dollar. So the dollar started off pretty slow today, so maybe that's what it's waiting for. We'll have to see. It's definitely quite a few hours from now, though. It's about 4.5 hours from now, so we'll have to see what happens between now and then. But right now, it definitely looks like this is just one big crescent. Like this is a downtrend right here for the A. This is like 3 waves up for the B. This is a downtrend for the C. Right to the 61.8, impulsive move up at a fib level. It definitely looks like it's trying to end the crescent. If that is the case, then it will now be back into an uptrend. Hello, Robin. How's it going today? Hello, Alfonso, how's it going? Waki, how you doing? Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. So the pound dollar is definitely looking better than the euro dollar, which I guess the pound is still very strong as by the looks of it. So the pound dollar on the daily time frame looks to me like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is probably a 1 of 3. I think this already made 3 waves down, possibly a 2 of 3. If that really is the end of a wave 2 of 3, then this needs to start trending up for a wave 3 of 3. If it does anything besides that, then we'll know that this is a false entry and that the crescent is not over. But so far, it is looking like it's pretty good. It's looking like the crescent is over. Everything is looking on track for that to be the end of a crescent. The move up is very corrective looking, but I think that's probably because of the holiday that we had. Even though Monday was technically not a holiday, a lot of people, especially in the US, do take Monday off before the 4th. So we have basically the same thing as the euro dollar. We have a really nice looking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shape. We have a downtrend for the A. We have 3 waves up for the B. We get a downtrend for the C. Impulsive up, breakup structure. Hey, Min. Hey, Menu. How's it going? Menu was our giveaway winner on Monday. He won the free one month membership, and he was actually already a member, so really he just got a free month. So everybody congratulate Menu. So anyways, impulsive up looks like the end of a crescent. And this move up is looking a little corrective. So we have to be a little bit aware of that. But so far it's doing what it should be doing. And then if it is the end of a crescent, then it is the continuation of the uptrend. So if it does anything besides trend up, then we know that it's not the end of a crescent. But right now it definitely looks like it's trending. So look at this. Impulsive up, 3 waves down. Impulsive up, 1, 2, 3 waves down. This most recent 3-way pattern, I would consider respecting the 50%, but really it did go down to the 61.8. Nice impulsive move to the upside. It is kind of struggling today. It is definitely a little bit on the slow side, but I think that was the entry to go short probably about an hour ago, and it looks like it is continuing the uptrend. So let's go look at some of these other pairs. Let's look at the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar I don't think would be my choice to try to go long on, but it was very strong to the upside, as you can see, and then it was very strong to the downside. So maybe it will be strong to the upside too. It's just because of how strong it was to the downside. I don't think that would have been my first choice. I do think that if the other dollar pairs are trending up, then this is also going to be trending up, making higher highs, higher lows. So taking it down to the 4-hour time frame, I think what will actually happen on the Aussie dollar, especially if I look at the Kiwi dollar and some of these other pairs, is that the Aussie was just so weak that it made a very steep ABC correction, because you can definitely see a trend right here. That's definitely a trend. And then we have a break of structure. Even though it didn't hold above structure, that is still a significant break of structure, probably a B. And then this is actually probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. So I do see an ABC correction in there. I do see a little bit of an impulsive move up. Definitely a little bit corrective, but that's probably because of the lack of volume at the beginning of the week. And I think that this is more likely now to just keep on trending up also, just like the other dollar pairs. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, definitely not very clear correction, honestly. I mean, this move down kind of looks like a trend to me, which does make me wonder if this move up is going to be a correction to the move down, but it is kind of respecting the 61. It kind of turned right in between these two levels, so I don't really know if I would consider it respecting a Fibonacci level or not, but it definitely made an impulsive move up, and it looks like it's trying to end the correction, and if it did end the correction, then that means that we are already back into the uptrend. So I would definitely be looking for longs on the Aussie dollar. I don't think that would be my top choice right now for trading, but most likely it is going to do the same thing that all the other dollar pairs are going to do. If they end the correction, this is probably going to end the correction also. Heading up to the daily time frame, just like the Aussie dollar, this looks like a big A, B, and C correction. It looks like impulsive up like a wave 1, it looks like corrective down like a wave 2, and it looks like it should be back into an uptrend for a wave 3. So just like the Aussie dollar, except for this one's a little bit weak, a little bit stronger. It's not as weak as the Aussie, but it looks like it's ended a correction. The Aussie and the Kiwi are very similar. It's just usually one of them's a little stronger or weaker than the other. So going down to the 4 hour time frame is where you can see this uptrend. Now this might have thrown a lot of people off because this is almost a perfect 1, 2, 3 waves up, and then a correction for the 4. The wave 5 made a lower high. That happens a lot in Forex, so you really have to pay attention to that. But then we had impulsive down, corrective up, impulsive down, impulsive up, break of structure, 3 waves down, break of structure helps tell us that that really is the end of a correction, and most likely we are already back into the uptrend, and if this really is the end of a correction, then this probably is going to continue up and to make higher highs and higher lows. So taking it down to the 1 hour time frame, so ever since we got that break of structure back here, this has been trending up nicely. Even over the holiday, I had to admit, this is almost a perfect ABC correction that happened yesterday on the 4th of July. 3 waves down, impulsive up, that was an extremely profitable trade. And like I said, it happened on the holiday. Obviously, it was because of the Kiwi, it wasn't because of the dollar, but that was very, very clear. Then we had 3 waves down again, and another impulsive up. Kind of looks like it's ended another correction, and if it did, it probably will keep on trending up. So definitely looking for longs on this one also. Ooh, did this end a wave C, or is that like a wave 4 right there? Now we do have to remember that today is also the OPEC, which has to do with oil. Attended by to discuss the range of issues regarding energy markets, so like oil, natural gas, things along those lines. This is actually that OPEC is a big news event for oil-rich countries or energy-rich countries like oil, natural gas, and stuff like that. So anyways, heading up to the daily time frame, the US dollar Canadian definitely has a downtrend. Looks like a 1. 3 waves up looks like a 2. I think this right here is a wave 3. Now it does kind of have that ABC shape, so we have to pay attention. If it keeps on going up, then we better start trading with the trend. But to me, especially looking at all dollar pairs, I think it's more likely this is a 1, this is probably a correction, and that it probably is going to keep on trending down. Maybe like a 1, 2 of 3. So taking it down to the 4 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame, it kind of looks like an uptrend for the A. Kind of looks like a big correction for the wave B, probably over the holiday. I'm not really convinced that this one is over. Kind of looks like it almost needs to go up more, maybe even to touch that 38% that we have on the daily, which really we should have that on this time frame also. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is not over. Yeah, we might have to check out that Canadian index. It's probably not a bad idea. I got this one right here, but Come on, there we go. Yeah, look at that. That's extremely clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down. This move up may just be a crescent to this right here. So we'll have to see how that turns out. Definitely still in a downtrend. We have a very clear 5 waves, but that doesn't really necessarily mean anything. Ooh, it's kind of like an A, B, C, maybe even like a D and an E. Does that kind of make sense for this one? It's not really the same. That's why, because over here I think it's the A, B, C, D, E maybe. Definitely made a very impulsive move to the downside, but as you can see, it's definitely not holding very well, that's for sure. So we'll have to see. Maybe the market's waiting for that FOMC meeting minutes later on. It kind of looks like a 1, 2, 3. That's why I'm expecting that maybe it will go up again. But when I saw this big impulsive move down, I thought for sure that would be the end of a crescent. But if it doesn't hold to the downside, then it probably is not the end of a crescent. It probably is going to end up going up again. So we're going to have to see how this 1 hour candle closes. They don't really give a time on this thing either, do they? It's just all day, they say. 40% of the whole world's oil supply. Wow. Yeah, they hold 40% of the world's oil supply. That's pretty huge. Yeah, we're getting to gold, don't worry. So let's go back to the dollar pairs. So US dollar Canadian looked like a sort, but the way that's pulling back, I'm not really sure if I trust that. Go to the US dollar Swiss. The US dollar Swiss is looking like the end of a crescent also. You go to the daily time frame, it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down. Then it looks like an A, B, C up. This, even though it's very overlapping, to me looks very clear that it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this move up is a crescent, and this is going to keep on trending down. So keep that in mind as we go down to a shorter time frame, the 4-hour time frame. Everything looks like it ended a crescent, but we may have a little bit of a false entry. Maybe we got a little bit of a lack of volume today too. Maybe everybody's still on vacation mode from the holiday. It looks like a nice 5-wave downtrend with an ABC right here, impulsive down, and then it kind of looks like another ABC right here. Definitely respecting the 61.8. It made an impulsive move down. You would think that it would just keep on trending, but if there's a lack of volume in the market, then sometimes you get those false entries, and this definitely could be that. It looks like an A. It looks like 3 waves down for a B. It looks like a complete uptrend for the C. The wave C did make a lower high, but that definitely happens a lot. It definitely made an impulsive move down. It's trying to break structure, so we'll see. Right now, it definitely looks like the end of a crescent, so we're going to have to see if that is the case. Yeah, maybe the dollar is going to gain some strength. We'll see. Wouldn't be surprised. US dollar yen. The yen pairs made a little bit of a move down today. Looks like they're still going down. The dollar yen is definitely making a move to the downside, and we are at the 138%. And we do have 5 waves right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just don't like the fact that that 5th wave is so stretched out. Usually when you have a wave 5 that's so stretched out, you'll end up getting a wave 6 and a wave 7, and then it'll go down and do, end up crescent. So right now I'm definitely still calling this a possible wave C. I have my Fibonacci extension measuring the wave A and projecting it off the bottom of what I think is a wave B. If it goes much beyond this 138 level, then I'm pretty much going to say that it's not a wave C anymore, and that it probably is actually a wave 3. And if you've been watching my US dollar yen videos anytime over the last few weeks, you'll know that it really could be a wave 3, especially with the way yen pairs have been going. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, it is definitely going down, but really our last structure level is way down here because that was the start of our last series of higher highs, higher lows. It kind of looks to me like an A. It looks like this is like a 3-way pattern in the middle for a B, and it kind of looks like it's in a wave C right now. So depending on where you trade, you could be trying to go short on shorter time frames, waiting for the end of a crescent and the continuation of the uptrend. And like I said, if it is If it does turn out to be a 345, then it'll just go back up, maybe make a double top and then go down, break structure. If it does that, that may be the end of a correction on the daily time frame. But right now, I don't think it's the end of a correction. I think it's just a correction to the uptrend. If anything, it's either a wave 4 or it's just a subdivision of a much bigger trend. We definitely have 5 waves down right there. That's why I think that's an A. This is definitely an uptrend right here, which is why I think that's an A or B. This spike right here did take out those lows, but you kind of got to ignore that and say that this is an A, B, C, or B. And then this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. We're probably in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C right now. So A, B, C, or B, and now we're probably in a C. I would expect it to go down to maybe the 61.8, maybe the 50, one of these 3 Fibonacci levels, make an impulsive up, take out structure, ending a correction, and most likely continuing the uptrend. So we'll have to see how that turns out. Looks like we're in a wave C right now. All the yen pairs are making a move this morning, it looked like. Now they're starting to recover a little bit. So we're going to go look at all yen pairs here in a few minutes also, because those are definitely my, second top priority most of the time. Ooh, wow, the gold made a big turn, didn't it? Wow. And it made a lower high. It still has not taken out that wave 4 structure. So let's go up to the daily so I can show everybody what it is that I'm looking for. So on the daily time frame, technically I would say that the trend is definitely still down on gold, and really, I mean, depending on where you trade, looking for shorts still might be the best bet. But it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. This looks like a very corrective section in the middle, like a B, and it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. We definitely turned up at the 61.8. If it breaks that wave 4 structure, which it has not done yet, I think that's going to prove this is the end of a correction, and I think we're going to be back into an uptrend, especially if the dollar really does make a push to the downside, like I'm still expecting that it may end up doing. We may have to take a look at that on the shorter time frames, because it kind of looks like an A, B, C, and then back up. That may be just a little bit of a trickery right there going on. Kind of looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even a 6 and a 7. Maybe it's all just part of a wave A or possibly a wave 1. Now we're in like a correction to that move. Let's take it down to the 1 hour time frame, see if we can get a closer look at this. Yeah, that looks like a trend going down right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C, D, E. That's kind of what I'm thinking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe that right there is the wave A. And then this is an A, B. That right there is definitely a trend, so that's probably a wave C or maybe a wave A. This looks more like a 3-way pattern up, so that might be a wave D. Maybe now we're going down to make like a wave E. A, B, C, D, E of wave B, or A, B, C, D, E of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 1. Bounce off a fib level and then end up continuing the uptrend, breaking that wave 4 structure is what I'm looking for to prove that it's a 1, 2, 3. On the other hand, if it goes up, maybe makes like a double top, makes an impulsive move down, that will tell me it's an ABC, and at that point I would definitely be looking for shorts in a downtrend for sure. So yeah, gold definitely has a little bit of a mind of its own sometimes. The dollar is still going down right now. The dollar's going down and gold's going down at the same time. You would think if the dollar was going down, gold would be going up, but gold is really not that correlated with the dollar at the moment, at least. So we have to be a little careful. If you are a gold trader, I would definitely suggest using all gold pairs to help you figure out the patterns on gold. Gold versus the euro, gold versus Swiss, gold versus pound, gold versus Aussie. Use these as correlated pairs to help you figure out what gold is actually doing. Because sometimes what you see on gold is affected by the dollar a little bit too. Man, that looks like it looks like it wants to go up. That looks like it wants to go up. That doesn't look like it wants to go up because of the pound. Yeah, probably not a bad idea. Gold is kind of unclear. That kind of looks like it wants to go down again too. The gold versus the Aussie. Gold versus the Kiwi is already going down. Gold versus the yen is going up, but that's probably more the yen than anything. And gold versus the Canadian, that kind of looks like an ABC too, like an A, B, and then a drawn out wave C, and then back up it goes. Definitely got a little bit of mixed signals out of gold for sure. So yeah, the dollar is really not doing. It's moving, but it's not really holding any moves. It's just kind of pulling back already, which is not a good sign. It seems to me like there's still a wicked lack of volatility today, a wicked lack of volume, big time. I mean, look at this. It's done pretty much nothing for quite a few days. Ever since definitely Friday, it had a big push, and then just been ranging ever since, just in this one range. It seems to me like the dollar still doesn't really have enough volume yet, which is unfortunate for us. Wow, look at that. The yen did kind of make a little bit of a false entry today, didn't it? Yeah, the yen definitely did make a little bit of a false entry today. So let's go to the euro yen. I still think that the euro yen, it may be getting close to ending a wave 3, but to me it looks like a 1, 2, 3. If it makes a wave 4 would be a big move down, maybe something like that, probably similar to the wave 2, and then back up for a wave 5. Just from the end of this correction right here, it looks like a 1, 2, 3, so I don't think the uptrend is over. It could be making a wave 4 right now though. Yeah, it definitely could be making a wave 4. Kind of looks to me like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wave uptrend. If it takes out that low right there, that probably tells us that the wave 3 is complete. Really, our last structure level is right here because that's where the higher highs, higher lows start. So that's the structure that's definitely going to tell us that the wave 3 is over. I was originally thinking that this was a wave A right here, this is a wave B, and that this is a wave C, and that it was going to go up again. Let's look at some of these other ones just real quick and see if that makes sense on the other ones. Could that be an A, B, and then go down for a C? The pound is too strong on that one. This one is completely different. This one looks like it already made an A, B, C, and that this is just a correction to this uptrend. The Kiwi is very strong too. That doesn't really look like it's over. And Canadian really looks like an A, B, C also. That looks like it needs to go up too. So I'm not really too convinced that anything is over on these yen pairs. Like at all. Not very convinced at all on those. Just like the dollar, the yen is also, I mean, it's not quite as bad as the dollar, but the yen pairs, you can see pretty quickly that they've been in a wicked channel for the last, 3-4 days, probably because of the lack of volume. I think people are taking an extended holiday for the 4th of July or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave A, B, C, wave B. It looks like a downtrend, and it looks like it's very close to being over. Man, it may still hold. That definitely could end up going back up. It looks like a wave C. Oh, until it breaks structure, I mean, depending on what time frame you trade on, until it breaks structure, I would probably be looking for shorts on shorter time frames, like the 5-15 minute time frame. But on the hour time frame, it looks like it could very easily make a move to the upside pretty much any time. So, what's the pound yen telling us? The pound yen, look at the consolidation. I don't know. I mean, that right there is a range trader's dream right there, but for a trend trader, yeah, exactly. That's a good point, Yana. Usually the EU and the EJ definitely move very similar. They make different shapes, but they move in a very similar way for sure. So that right there is definitely like a range trader's dream, but for a trend trader, that's not really too useful for us. It's starting to go up though, isn't it? Maybe that's just because the 1 hour candle just closed. We don't have any news at 3 o'clock today, right? I just want to see if there's any low-level news real quick. Any yellow-level news that we're missing? We just had factory orders. Oh boy, I don't think that really matters. It's definitely down, so factories are seeing less orders in the US. So you would think that would be bad for the US dollar, you would think at least. That definitely doesn't necessarily mean a lot, because especially with such a low-level news. Yeah, I definitely disagree, but you may be right. If it does keep going down, then we'll just keep on going short. No big deal. But I don't really think it's going down to 1850, but if it does, then we'll just keep on going short. Because like I said, on gold, the trend is definitely still down on the daily, so we should still be looking for shorts until we get that break of structure, which we have not gotten yet. Man, it kind of looks like these all made like an A, B, C, and that they're going to go up again. We already looked at this one. I already think that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. This is like a big drawn out ABC correction because of the holiday. And then this is like a wave C that definitely respected the 61%. That looks like it needs to go up also. And the Swiss yen. You're probably one of the guys that have been trolling my YouTube comments saying that gold is going down. I don't really care if it does go down. If it goes down, then we'll just keep on looking for shorts. The Swiss yen also looks like it needs to go up. Look at the consolidation on this one. This has been going on since last week. Hey Mark, how's it going? No problem, buddy. I do enjoy doing these live streams. Definitely like and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. It makes a huge difference. And if you have not done so already, definitely join my Discord group. We have 3,600 members, 3,630 members. So a big community of very like-minded people willing to help each other out. It's 100% free to join. No obligations to ever pay a dime if you do not want to. Yeah, we're gonna have to see. That's not a POW speech. It's the notes from the meeting minutes that we got later on. That's not a speech. That's just the notes from the last FOMC meeting, right here. That's not POW talking. That's just the notes from the last FOMC meeting. Yeah, definitely. That's not gonna be. I mean, it definitely could move the market, but that's not as important as like a POW speech or something like that. So we looked at all the yen pairs, we looked at the dollar pairs. Everything kind of seems to be very slow, very rangy, but at some point that's probably going to change. Hopefully the FOMC minutes is going to be what changes that, because we want to see price move from one price to another. In order to make money, we need to get in, and we need to see price go up, or if we go short, we need to see price go down. When it just ranges around, it's not really ideal for a trend trader. For a range trader, it's definitely nice. Let's go look at oil. What is oil? Oil is still going up. Oh, it looks like it's breaking out of this area. It's definitely kind of struggling with it, but I still think that oil needs to go up. Now, this barrier triangle that we see is actually a bear market triangle, because it's flat on the bottom and slanted on the top, so that gives me a little bit of concern, but I still think that just by the looks of it on the weekly and the monthly, that it does need to go up to either make an A, B, C and then back down, or it's going to go up and make a big A, B, C, which would be an A, B, C, a B. So I still, even if it does go back down, it still seems to me like it's going to go up before it goes down. But it's honestly been a little bit of a mess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of looks like an ABC down or something, and then I don't know, it's a big mess. Looks like a triangle, like a barrier triangle, because the flat bottom and slanted top. It did break it, but not enough. Really what I would like to see is a breakout and then a retest of the triangle, and then another impulsive move to the upside, and that would be the long opportunity that I would like to see. That would be a much safer, much clearer entry to go long. we need to see something like this. We need to see a clear break above structure, and then we need to see it make 3 waves down back to the line, and then we need to see an engulfing move to the upside again. If we see all those things, that's going to be a much safer entry to go long, potentially for the continuation of the uptrend. So let's move on. Let's go look at the natural gas, see what's up with that. Look, it is trying to break out. I mean, this line right here could be very discretionary. You could kind of move it to there. You could kind of move it up to there. So it's kind of a very discretionary line. Oh, look at natural gas. That did end up going back up, didn't it? Man, now it looks like it wants to go down now. Jesus Christ. Right when I think natural gas is so clear is when it slaps you in the face. I still think it looks like a downtrend for the 1, ABC up for the 2, and this is definitely all one section of trend. Looks like a 3. We have a break of structure. It should tell us that the wave 3 is over. ABC of 4. I think this little push down right here is a failed wave 5. And it seems to me like it needs to go up and break this high and make a pretty good move to the upside. What does that tell us right there? Kind of difficult, honestly. That's definitely a trend. I was thinking that this was already an ABC right there and that it would just keep on going up. But this move up right here is a little concerning. It looks more corrective than trend. Kind of makes you think that it might go down again before it goes up. Definitely a tricky one sometimes. This is where I was originally thinking the ABC was, even though it's kind of messy. Because this move down definitely looks like a correction. That's impulsive up. This is corrective down. And that's kind of a 3-way pattern up right there. Is that? Man, that might be. Maybe this is what we got going on. Let me get rid of this for a minute. We got 3 waves up, 3 waves down. Look at that. That might be a wave A, and then ABC of W, ABC of Y, ABC of X, ABC of Y, and then this is an A still, and then this is a WXY, a B, and now we're going down for a C. Definitely kind of makes sense with those 3-way patterns. Those 3-way patterns may be caused by the lack of volatility, lack of volume that we've had over the last few days. So I don't know. If I see a higher low, and see it turn back up, I would definitely go long. But at this point, it kind of seems like it's more likely to go down to like one of these fib levels again before it goes back up. Definitely not the clearest thing for sure. Like I said, I always talk about how clear the corrections are on natural gas, but this isn't that clear. But it definitely does have 1, 2, 3 waves up, 1, 2, 3 waves down, 1, 2, 3 waves up. Probably a wave B, probably down for a C, and then probably back up. One of these 2 Fibonacci's, and then continue the uptrend. Bitcoin, where's C? I think Bitcoin's still going up too. Let me zoom out a little bit so we can kind of see what it probably needs to be like that though. I think we're in a correction to this whole downtrend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. Very corrective B. 1, 2, 3. Maybe even past the 38, 3, 4, 5 of C. I think one of these 2 fib levels is most likely, especially with all this support we got back here. So I think either the 50 to 38 would be where the wave C goes, and then potentially ends up going back down. I still think it's an A. I still think this is a B. I still think it's going down to at least a $12,000 area to make a wave C. Yeah, I know, Menu. It seems like everybody's still on vacation to me. Honestly, it kind of seems like everybody's still in vacation mode. You can kind of tell. Maybe everybody got too drunk on the 4th of July and everybody showed up for work today and nobody's entering any trades. They're just kind of sitting on their hands. It definitely looks like an A. This looks like a B. This kind of looks like some sort of a triangle too. A, B, C, D, E. Like an A, B, C, D, E, a B, and then like a 1. Maybe we're in a crescent for the 2. And then for wave 3. Oh yeah, that move down looking pretty impulsive. Yeah, it's looking pretty impulsive and it made a lower high. That might be a good signal right there for us. Are the dollar pairs still going up at the same time? Nah, not really, no. Man. I'm about to just close out of my trades and call it a day. Try again tomorrow. Bitcoin is probably going down. I think this is going to at least go down and take out this low before it actually goes back up. This is like a 1, probably a big ABC crescent, like a wave 2, and then back up for a wave 3. So let's go look at, we got oil, so let's go look at the NASDAQ and S&P 500 for one of my members. NASDAQ is still going up. Just like the S&P 500, I think we're probably going up to at least a 78, maybe even higher. So I definitely think we're still in an uptrend on this. Same thing on this one. I would expect it to at least go up to the 78%, and honestly it could go even higher than that. Especially this one. It looks like a trend. It looks like a 1, 2. Probably this is all a wave 3, and then it's going to make a 4 and a 5. That could just keep on trending up, which is good for a dollar analysis because that means the dollar would probably still keep on trending down. Oh wow, look at that on the 4-hour. A, B, C down 50% Fibonacci. Looks like a really nice looking uptrend. I would definitely still be looking for longs on shorter time frames on this for sure. Look at that, it looks like we had an entry today. 1, 2, 3 waves down, impulsive up. That was definitely an entry. I don't think I would be trying to go long now, but couple hours ago, that was definitely a nice entry. S&P 500 is the same thing, just a little weaker. A, B, C down. This is going up too, I believe. I would say that they're both going up. I would definitely still be looking for longs on that for sure. Yeah, not really. Market is so slow. I mean, you get like an impulsive move, but then it just dies out almost instantly. I mean, look at some of these dollar pairs. Well, before we go look at other things, like you'll get like an impulsive move, like right there, impulsive up, and then it just dies out. And then you get impulsive down, and then it just dies out. And then you get impulsive up, and it just dies out. Definitely very, very, very slow. Overlapping, very slow and very overlapping. Not really any clear direction at all. Well, there's a clear direction, but it's just not really doing anything. So we got to go look at a couple pairs for some of my Patreon members. And if anybody is interested in joining my Patreon membership, the link for that is in the chat and in the description. Comes with a trading course, members only forecast on all dollar and all yen pairs, and it comes with that trading course, 38 videos, 7.5 hours of trading. And it comes with 2 Zoom meetings a week, unless the Zoom meeting falls on a holiday. Like yesterday was a holiday for me, so there was no Zoom meeting, but we will have one on Thursday. So let's go check out the Aussie Canadian. We were already looking at the Canadian pairs a little bit earlier, right? We were looking at this, saying that it could be a correction. It could make a move down by the looks of it. What's that mean for the Aussie Canadian? What's this look like on the longer time frames? Oh, that's right. This is that pattern we've been watching for so long. Sugar, wheat. Sugar and wheat. Yeah, we'll get to that, no problem. Sugar, man, this one, it looks like it's trying to respect this fib level, and it looks like this move down is still a correction to this move up. It really seems like it should continue the uptrend, but it doesn't want to, that's for sure. I would probably have my Fibonacci on here just in case it does turn back down to help us recognize that. Here we go. Yeah, we're not even to the 38% yet, so I don't think the move up is over. It looks like a trend also. It looks more like a wave A. So even if it does go down, it's probably going to be a correction to the move up, and then it's probably going to go up again for either an ABC, or if it is right here really is the end of a correction, which it could be, then it would be a 1-2, and it would just keep on going for a wave 3. So we definitely would like to get in at the end of that next correction, the end of a wave B or the end of a wave 2 for sure. Look how corrective it is, though. I mean, pretty much since back here, it's just so overlapping. No volume at all. So very slow. I think at some point, I mean, the trend is definitely still up, so it definitely could keep going up. At some point, it's going to make a bigger correction for either a wave 2 or a wave B, and then go up for either a wave C, which would probably go to one of these fib levels, or a wave 3, which would just keep on trending up with no break of structure to the downside. So yeah, I would definitely still be looking for longs for sure. We have no break of structure down or anything, so I would definitely be looking for shorts for sure. Oh yeah, TradingView has the 4th of July sale, 50% off if anybody's looking to sign up. Usually they have that sale on Black Friday, which is usually when I sign up for. That's when I sign up for my TradingView membership every year, because they do that 50% off deal on Black Friday also. So let's go check out the Kiwi for one of my members. Wow, that thing is going down strong. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave A. A, B, C, wave B. We are going down probably for a wave C. Or maybe even a 1, 2, 3, who knows? It could just keep on going. Looks like it should be a wave C. So I would definitely be looking for shorts on shorter time frames for sure. Big impulsive up, wave A. A, B, C down, wave B. Big impulsive up, wave C. Trending down. I would be waiting for a pullback to go short for sure, like the end of a wave 2. This is probably still a wave 1 of C. So, let me get back to this so I can see. So I would definitely be looking for shorts for sure. It looks like we just had a short maybe a little while ago. But if it's like everything else today, it might not follow through. We'll see. It definitely has that 3, 4, 5 shape at the bottom right there. Like 3, 4, 5, and then impulsive up with a break of structure. I actually think this move down may make a higher low and go back up and start a correction, like a wave 2, and then go down for a wave 3. Which is good, because that would give us a really good opportunity at the end of that wave 2 to go short for the continuation of the downtrend. Definitely seems pretty likely. I mean, really, we should be still going short, but with that break of structure, even though it didn't really hold, it seems like it would make a higher low now and make like an ABC. Probably an ABC of 2. So let's go check out sugar and wheat for our giveaway winner. Menu, commodities, sugar. Been going up pretty strong, hasn't it? Oh wow. Are sugar and wheat correlated? Yeah, not really, huh? Definitely not. Wow, that kind of looks like the end of a correction, doesn't it? On the daily. Definitely still on an uptrend on the weekly and the monthly. Man, that might have just made the end of a correction. 1, 2, 3 ways down. 61.8. Big impulsive up. Let's see what it looks like on the shorter time frames, because we can't see any structure on this move down and on the daily time frame. So we got to go to a shorter time frame, see if we see a BOS, break of structure. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 waves down. Wave A. A, B, C up. Wave B. Wow, that's pretty clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. Wave C. We do have a break of structure at the 61.8. Boy, I would definitely be looking for shorts on that. I mean, I'm sorry, I'll definitely be looking for longs on that. Oh wow, it's getting ready to make a correction too. So this is probably not today, but maybe tomorrow. This is probably going to make a correction, and then at the end of that correction, it's going to be a really good entry, especially break of structure, come back down, retest, and then up she goes, I bet. 1, 2, 3. Nice. That's going to be a good setup menu, I think, maybe by tomorrow or so. Maybe, probably not today. I mean, really, a correction needs to be at least that big. That would probably put us out until this, yeah, maybe tomorrow morning, New York time. Maybe London. Maybe noon tomorrow or something. Maybe London session tomorrow. It seems like it'd be ready for long. How about wheat? What's wheat up to? It's in a big downtrend. Nice. That's good. Teamwork makes for dream work on these type of things. I'll tell you what. This move down looks like it should be a correction too because of all the break of structure we got here. It seems like this move down should be a correction and it should go back up for either 1, 2, 3 or an A, B, C. Looking at the longer time frames, it looks like we're in a downtrend, so maybe it is going to be an ABC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave A. Man, that's a very, very sharp move to the downside. I don't know if I would trust that to be over. If it breaks structure to the upside, I would maybe be willing to trust it. But it hasn't done so yet. Then go up for a wave C. Yeah, wow, that's kind of all over the place too, isn't it? Look at that though. I made a big move yesterday on 4th of July. Big move down. That was a pretty decent little entry right there. A, B, C up, impulsive down. Oh yeah, that was a good entry to go short yesterday on wheat. Yeah, it kind of looks like it's trying to go short right now, honestly. The trend is definitely still down until I see a break of structure right here. Maybe that is an ABC right there. Maybe it is going to keep on going down. Seems like right now going short would be definitely the direction to go. I mean, look at it on the weekly and the monthly. It's in a big downtrend. Yeah, I don't see any reason to think that's over. Let's see, is the dollar doing anything? Not really, huh? It still kind of looks like the end of a correction. It still kind of looks like it should go down, but we got a wicked lack of volatility right now, big time. Kind of the same thing with the euro dollar. The euro dollar looks like it should end the correction. It looks like it should be going up, but with the lack of volume that we got going on, I don't know. I don't know if I trust it. Pound dollar, kind of same thing. Looks like a ABC, 61.8. Looks like it should be going up. Maybe we just gotta wait for that FOMC meeting minutes for all this stuff to start making a move. I wouldn't be going long on this one anyways. Kind of looks like it needs to go down, then maybe back up. Kiwi even doesn't really look like it wants to go up, and that's been very strong. Kind of looks like it made a failed wave 5. 3, 4, and 5. Lower high. Down for a correction, and then back up. Definitely not confirmed. It may just kind of bounce around. It's not really doing much of anything, honestly. US dollar Canadian, we got to be a little careful with this one because of that OPEC thing we got here. Kind of looks to me like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, when it's missing the wave 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of looks like it needs to go back up. US dollar Swiss is it's not making its move either. Looks like a nice little correction too. A, B, C. Impulsive down. Just like I was showing before, impulsive down, and then it does nothing. That's kind of what shows how much of a lack of volume we got right now. I figured today people would be back ready to work, but it doesn't look like it. Definitely not. People are still in holiday mode, I think. Recovery mode is probably more like it. Lots of alcohol consumption on the 4th of July. US dollar yen, I think the US dollar yen's going to go up at some point, but it seems like it needs to go down further to one of these Fibonacci's and then go up. Yeah, gold is trying to make a move down. I would think that would at least make some sort of a move down before it goes back up. But the fact that it made another lower high is pretty concerning. It could really easily just keep on going down. So what was that? 1850 is really not that far away. Whoever said that? I thought 1850 was lower than that. I don't personally trade gold. I could see 1860 definitely. Maybe 1840. I mean 1835. Definitely one of these levels really would not surprise me one bit. The trend is definitely still down until we get a break of structure, and we don't have a break of structure, so the trend is definitely still down. Wouldn't surprise me at all if it went down to one of these lower levels. Sorry, I was thinking that 1850 was like below this low, which I don't really think it's going to do that. It could though. The trend is down. Luckily, we're just going to continue to look for shorts in a downtrend, so it's not really too big of a deal for us. The yen 225. That's a stock market, right? For the yen, like the index. Wow, big uptrend. Oh, we're on all-time highs right now. So, ooh, it kind of looks like a failed wave 5, doesn't it? And a little bit of a lower low on the wave 5. Definitely made 3 waves down and positive up. If this breaks structure to the downside, I would say this whole trend is over. And maybe it'll make a big correction before it continues up, which would make sense. You know, I still think this is possibly a 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5. Maybe the 4 won't be that big, but it'll probably be about the same size as that wave 2. Let's see. ABC. That move up kind of has 3 waves though. Maybe it is going to go up again. Until it breaks that structure, I would say that the trend is up, and really we should continue to look for longs. Not really much evidence that it's not going up yet. Nice downtrend. That's definitely a downtrend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, maybe that is an ABC. A, B, C. Impulsive up, break of structure. Maybe retest and short. You must be talking about gold menu. Oh, you're talking about this. Yeah, I would be trying to go, depending on where you trade, but until I see that structure break, to me the trend is definitely still up. Yeah, gold. Yeah, right. Retest and short. Yeah. Might be a good sorting opportunity coming. I still think that the daily time frame is too clear not to make a move up. I mean, even if it doesn't go up all the way, it may just end up being an ABC, but I think it's too clear not to at least make something like that before it goes back down. It just seems very, very clear that this is an ABC down, or at least some sort of a 3-way pattern. Maybe it goes up and makes like an ABC of W, an ABC of X, and then down for an ABC of Y, and then back up. That would definitely not surprise me at all, actually. ABC of W, ABC X, ABC Y, and then back up. That definitely wouldn't surprise me if that's what it did. Yeah. The dollar kind of false entry territory today. This is why I don't trade around the holidays. Honestly, I probably shouldn't have traded today either. Especially with the lack of news and the fact that we got non-farm payroll at the end of the week. Whatever's happening now is probably setting itself up for the news at the end of the week. We have NFP for the dollar. We got a bunch of Canadian news at the end of the week too, so really between now and then there's not really nothing too special. We got unemployment claims. I mean, that's good, but it's not that great. PMI is not that great either, really. Job openings, yeah, I'm kinda, but not really. I think whatever's happening now is setting itself up for Friday. I mean, today's already Wednesday, so it wouldn't take much for it to make a correction for the next 2 days before it actually makes its real move. So whatever, put your stop losses in and let the market do whatever it's going to do. As long as you're using risk management, a loss shouldn't matter at all. So it's all about good risk management skills. So hopefully everybody is having a good day. Hopefully everybody had a good holiday if you do celebrate the 4th of July. If you haven't done so already, definitely join my Discord channel. It's 100% free to join. There's no obligations to pay a penny if you do not want to. It's 100% free to join. If you ever do want to get some extra help with your trading, you can join my Patreon service for access to my trading course, my members forecast, all yen pairs and all dollar pairs, and access to the private groups and the twice a week Zoom meetings. So my next live stream is on Friday. Today's already Wednesday, so next live stream is on Friday. Tomorrow is the Zoom meeting for my Patreon members. So I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their day, and as always, happy trading.